Hey, there he is.
I can't believe you can't drug you out of bed at 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. Yeah, I'm on.
Oh, snap.
That's awesome. That's beautiful.
Yeah, you did. I was at a lot of the key on.
No, you gotta go to the side door. What? What
Come on. I don't even need this shit. Oh, he's going to hold on to it.
He was holding money. But he found something he wanted and he went out and bought it. We went and got it.
Why you lied to me yesterday?
I ain't lying about you. I even told you what it is.
Oh, yes! There's no better crew for this car to be in than this one right here. Bruh, guess what they just pulled up to the dealership with?
Brand new tires. He said they've got one pass on them.
Oh, what you know, my boy? It's Tanner.
Tanner. So, if you followed our channel for a while, you know that we're a bunch of stick shift guys. We love it, love the sport, love the carnage. That's just kind of how we do things. We have a couple of auto cars in our group, and we work on them just the same, give them just as much care as our stick cars. But stick shift racing is kind of where we are as a whole, as a group. And if you follow our channel for a while, you know that we've had quite the variety. And this car that I'm about to show you, we traveled a long way to go get it. It was probably the longest road trip I ever had. I mean, we spent like 20 something hours in a truck, just, sitting there, not even counting stops, which is like, I think like 30 hours just going there and getting it back. Cause we literally traveled in a snowstorm to go get this car. And it started off in the south, it got sold, and then it moved back north, and then we brought it back south again. And then when we brought it back south, it's, everybody loved it. And they're like, I can't believe that car is back. But, so I wanted to give you guys like a real extravagant video of like the journey to go up there and get it. But a mishap has happened. A lot of material has been lost as far as footage is, and I'm just going to try to piece this together. But the one car that we had, that kind of kicked off the channel for us was a car that we really didn't even expect because it was kind of the underdog. And the video that we had, we really didn't expect to get that much traction. So, but we went out, bought this car. Actually, Heath bought the car. So Heath always wanted this for a while. One of our cars is gone, which is the Grand Sport. It was such a pain to race that car. It was a fun car, very drivable car, but it's just, if you break something at the track, you can't work on it. You can't drop a change, you can't pull the rear end. Vets are very difficult to work on. They're even more aggravating to race. It's like a 3-to-1 breakage, in comparison to our other vehicles. So the Vet is gone. It is sold to its new owner up in Knoxville, I believe, and he drove it there. So just to tell you how streetable that car was, he drove it there, run on E. He even had a pump gas tune it, for it that you could put in it. So run on low boost on pump gas, and it's probably most streetable. Radio, AC, very fun car. It now resides in Tennessee. The car we got now started off in Georgia, and then it went to Indianapolis, started off in Georgia, went to Indy, and now it came back. So it's in South Alabama now. And it's the car that kind of started off the channel for us. Heath bought it. He started off in a Fox body, and he went back to a Fox body. So the car that we went to go get is Real Teal. Real Teal now resides in South Alabama. It is pretty much the same with a little bit of safety upgrades. I'm going to do a walk around on this car, and I'm going to show you. It's a very fast car, and we have taken it out and gotten it almost back to its former glory. It's right on the cusp of like running that number again. So I'm gonna do a little walk around on this car. When Heath gets here, I'm gonna let him explain and show his side, explain his side of the story of like how he wanted it and so on and so forth. All right, Heath, you're the proud owner.
What's up?
So tell us about the story, how this came to be.
Wow, the story on Teal. So met Wesley Evans. Where did we meet him? Atlanta. It's the first time I met him.
Yes.
Fell in love with the car. You know, we hung out with him for a little while. You know, trying to get the car to do some fast quarter mile stuff. And he had never really played around in the quarter mile much. And I guess he got burnt out. Decided he wanted to sell the car. And I kind of talked to him about buying it originally the first time, and timing just wasn't right, and I still had the vet, and I just figured, maybe another car like it down the road, do something like that. But Chris Collins, I made a comment on Facebook one day, and he saw that I was kind of interested in the car and offered to sell it to me, and here it is. Picked it up in February and trying to go fast with it again like it was before. Been 806 so far. Hoping to get the car to be a consistent high 7-second car. Did our first event last weekend, did really good, and got an event here in a couple of weeks, and we're going to try again and see if we can get some 7s out of it.
So give us a walk around the car. Like, what's the setup on it?
Man,
what's different about it now?
Car's pretty much the same, other than some safety stuff. They added some bars to it for the cage to assert, and different seats, and just little stuff, wheel studs, whatnot. But the car's, basic UPR, everything suspension wise, coilovers, stock wheel tubs, motors basic as can be. Just a little 331 small block.
Are you sure?
Kind of.
That's a big 331.
Yeah. No, it's just basic iron block, AFR headed stroker 351 on a single shot of nitrous on Holly. Nothing spectacular really. High compression stuff, but G101A G-Force trans, Black Magic clutch. Other than that, man, pretty simple setup. That's what I liked about the car. Just lightweight, simple setup, easy to work on, a little bit better than the Corvette was. We can go out there and tinker with the car out at the track. And the Vette's kind of a pain in the neck, really.
What was the final reasoning why you got rid of the Vet?
It's just hard to work on. I was at a point with that car where it was consistently running mid-9s, and it needed a built motor. If I was really going to go fast, I really wanted to do a straight axle conversion on the car, basically back half the whole car. And it was, do I want to spend that money on that chassis, or just buy something that was already done that we could build on? And well, it's nitrous right now, and I hope to keep it nitrous for a good long time. But if we really can't be even close to competitive here in the near future, we may play around with a different power adder, but I'd really like to leave it nitrous.
It's always been the underdog, but what's the way with you in the car?
I think what were we at, about 2860 with me in the car?
That's somewhere
I
in there.
think there's some weight to be saved. I mean, the car hasn't been cut up anywhere. I think we could really get about 150 to 200 more pounds off this car if we tried. But like I said, we just got the car, just trying to get some seat time in it, get used to it, learning nitrous, learning Holly, learning the Black Magic clutch stuff, or adjustable clutch in general. But I think we've got a pretty good handle on it starting out. But we're just having fun.
Well, when I first met you, you were a Fox body guy.
Yeah, I had a 91 silver notchback 347 car, just fun little street car, stick shift car. And, I wanted to go back to a Fox body. They're just easy to work on, and they're just almost made to be race cars. They work so well.
Right. So I noticed that the interior is all pretty much street still. Like as far as like interior wise, it's still got dash and the door panels, so it's not too gutted.
Yeah, power windows, power door locks, all the lights work. Everything in the interiors works like stock. Essentially a street car. There's a couple little things that I'd like to change on the car to make it a little more streetable and more comfortable, but and that's maybe a possible goal to do a drag and drive event here in the near future, maybe in 2025 early, maybe sick week. We'll see. that's another reason why I wanted to go to a Fox Body, something you can work on the side of the road if you have to. But I think a drag and drive would be fun. We did that Rocky Mountain Race Week in Zach's car and had a blast. And I'd kind of like to try it myself.
Right, you know, probably have to put like a bigger tank in it and whatnot. I see you got the 3-gallon fuel cell in the back, so we'll change some things on it.
The
So
3-gallon fuel cell probably needs to be changed. We might put the car over on the 1-ethanol R fuel, get it off of the dense race fuel, that kind of stuff.
what's it running on right now?
It's on C23 right now.
Pretty expensive stuff.
I think it's $140 to $150 a pail wherever you go. You know, it's kind of different, but yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But
So
it's, it's such a good dense fuel. It works good with nitrous, and still learning the nitrous stuff, like I said. And the 1R is 117-ish octane. I think it'll do okay on nitrous, but just play around with it.
is it pretty much the same clutch setup?
Yeah, it's the same. I think it's a 10-inch Defiant Black Magic setup. We're about out of clutch. I think we're going to have to go to a 6-arm, maybe a dual 8, something like that. I've got a lot of weight hanging on it right now just to get it to work in 4th gear.
Yeah.
In the 8th mile, it's great, but grabbing that 4th gear on this car, it really wants to push through this clutch.
Was the learning curve pretty bad?
No, just making laps, playing around with it, understanding how it works.
Right.
I think I've got a pretty good handle on it now. I think we could do good things with it.
Yeah, I know you mentioned that you might want to like redo the exhaust on the car.
Yeah, right now it's just a 3-inch X into some aluminum mufflers. We're talking about doing full 3.5-inch aluminum all the way out the back with the aluminum mufflers. Just put tailpipes back on the car, and it'll help with us wanting to run some of the street car style daily driver type classes. I know it's a little more than the daily driver car, but fit the rules and you can race.
Yeah, well, it's cool to see it back in the South again. So, I mean, everybody seems to recognize it when you go to the track with it now.
Yeah, I did not realize how well known this car was.
Yeah.
Even people local around here, I show up at the track and they're like, "Is that Teal?" It's like, how do you know this car? It's people I've known for years, and I've never heard of this car, other than just us being around Wesley that little bit. And it seems like everywhere we go with it, it just everybody knows the car and loves the car, and it kind of makes it fun, Good conversation starter. We've met a lot of nice people, and just enjoying playing with the stick shift stuff.
Yeah, and the fact that people like it because it's just a simple combo. Small block forward, some nitrous on it.
I tell you, the biggest thing is how well Wesley set this car up. This car drives straight as an arrow. It works every time it goes down.
Yeah, every time it goes down the track, it's just floating the front tires, but it goes in straight.
It works. It really does. And like I said, we're going to push it harder, and we'll find that point where I'll try not to stand it on the back bumper, but we're going to see how far we can push this thing.
So what's the ultimate goal for it right now?
Right now, this motor setup, if I can make it a consistent 775 to 790 car, I'd be happy with it. At some point, obviously we're going to have to go through the motor. We've been talking about maybe going 440 cubic inch, going a little bigger cube, maybe 2 kits of nitrous, just trying some different stuff to make it, if I can get it to be a 750, 740 car, I don't have any aspirations right now of being a 6-second car. That does not interest me. I know I'm still the underdog, but I think a good 750 car can still be competitive, unless Jonathan shows up and Grannis or one of them guys. But they make mistakes. Their car's cut off, and
Yeah. It's a little low blow. So
I'm saying that after my last pass, I blew flames out from under the hood,
Yeah, he lost out to John Rogers too. So,
Yeah, John Rogers, man, that guy's got his stuff on point right now.
Yeah.
That car, I saw all of his time slips stacked together, 115, 114, 115, just one pass after another. He's got it going on for sure. And, Jonathan Adkins and them guys, they've got a good, program going. But seat time, man.
That's
seat
all
time
it is.
Learning and learning all the, the systems on the car. And Speaking of systems, we're going to rewire this whole car. I want to put it on a Holly Dominator. That way I can start reading, shock travel and just get more data out of the car. Right now it's real basic. But we'll do some stuff like that. Maybe some wintertime projects, add onto the cage, maybe get it to cert to 750. Just, safety too,
Right.
Worry about safety on, got a little boy and my wife and stuff. I want to make sure I come home safe to them too.
Right.
So, but yeah, man, here's the car.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some fun.
Yeah. Next event, streetcar bragging rights.
Streetcar bragging rights at the House of Hook in Aiken, South Carolina, I believe it is.
Yeah.
We're gonna be there in a couple of weeks. So
Sweet.
go see how it goes over there in Carolina. Run all them boys.
Awesome. All right. Well, we'll have some more content on this car later. So right now, here's just the introduction. So he's the new owner back in South Alabama, and we'll have some more to come on this car. But for now, we'll see y'all later.